Hello students, today we are going to discuss on the topic governor. So what do you mean by governor? What is a governor? So governor is a device used for maintaining a constant mean speed of rotation of crankshaft over a long period of time. See, when the load when the load on engine decreases, speed of engine increases. So governor will act in such a way that it will increase the supply of fuel. Similarly, when load on engine decreases, speed of engine increases. Hence, governor will act in such a way that it will decrease the supply of fuel, hence maintaining a constant mean speed. Okay, now governor is broadly classified into two types, that is your centrifugal governor and inertial governor. Next, inertial governor is not used in generally because of its large amount of weight, and centrifugal governor are usually lightweight. So centrifugal governor further are divided as pendulum type and loaded type. So in pendulum type we have watt governor, and in loaded type we have dead weight governors, that is your Potter governor and Pruell governor. Similarly, in loaded type spring controlled governor we have Hartnell governor, Wilson Hartnell governor, Pickling governor and Horton governor. हिंदी डॉट करें तो कोई नहीं. Now, what is centrifugal governor and the construction and working? The construction and working is already discussed in your in a video lecture which is shared in your group, so you can check that out. And next we will go to the watt governor. So what is a watt governor? We will first see. So this is your watt governor. This is a watt governor. Okay, and this one this is a your arm, and this is your spindle, and here we are having some terms, that is your mass. So m is the mass. So here m is the mass of each ball. So this is the mass of each ball. Next, w is the weight of each ball. So m into g. W is equal to weight of each ball, that equals to m into g. Next is your tension in the arm. So this is the tension in the arm. This is what? This is the tension in both the arms, here and here. Okay, so why tension is developed? Because of your centrifugal force. So T is the tension in the arm. Next, W is the angular velocity. So omega is your angular velocity of the balls. Next, R is the radial distance from the spindle axis, that is the radius of the path to the radius of rotation of the ball. So r is the distance between this axis to the radius of rotation of the ball. So r is the distance between here to here. This is the distance between the radius axis of rotation of the spindle to the radius of the ball. So this is your r. Okay. Next, Fc. What is Fc? Fc is nothing but your centrifugal force of the ball. So Fc is your centrifugal force of the ball. So what is the formula for centrifugal force? Centrifugal force is nothing but mv square by r. So you can write down m into omega square r square divided by r. So this is what in turn your centrifugal force finally is m omega square r. Okay. Next, h. H is the height of the governor. So height of the governor means what? The height of the governor, the point from the point O to the center point of the ball is the height. So this is the height of the governor. Okay. So we have to now find out what is h. You have to find out the height of the governor and speed, that is your n. Okay. So next we are resolving all the forces horizontally, and we are resolving all the forces vertically. So when we are resolving all the forces horizontally and vertically, see here we have an angle, this one as theta. Okay. So if this is theta, we can write down this also as theta. Now if this is your theta, so you can have this one as, this is your t. Okay. So you can write down this one as t sine theta and this one as t cos theta. Okay. So this one is t sine theta and t cos theta. When you are resolving horizontally, so what are the forces, horizontal forces? So see here, the horizontal forces are, this one is the horizontal force. Next, so t sine theta, this and this is the horizontal force. So you can write down t sine theta is equal to Fc. Okay. So t sine theta is equal to Fc, and Fc is nothing but m omega square r. Next, when we are resolving it vertically, so in this figure, when you are resolving it vertically, so what are the vertical forces? This one is the vertical force and this one is the vertical force. So this is your t cos theta is equal to w. So w is your nothing but your mg, m into g. So t cos theta is equal to mg. Now we are dividing the this equation divided by this equation. So we have divided this equation divided by this equation. Okay. So t sine theta divided by t cos theta is equal to m omega square into r divided by mg. So t sine theta was this one, and omega square this one divided by r mg is equal to what? Now m get cancelled, so we have what? Omega square r divided by g. Okay. Now t is getting cancelled, and sin theta by cos theta is nothing but your tan theta. So tan theta is nothing but omega square r by g. Next, once again we are looking to this triangle. This is your r and this is your theta, and this we can say is your height, that is your h. So if this is h, we can write down this one as also h. And if we are seeing in this triangle, this is r and this is your h. Okay, and if this is your r and this is your h, then tan theta is what? Tan theta is nothing but what? P by b. So here what is p? P is your r and b is your h. So tan theta is nothing but r by h. So you can see here tan theta is equal to r by h. Okay. So in place of this equation we can write down omega square r divided by g is equal to r by h in place of tan theta. Okay, now if you are cross multiplying it, then what h is what? H is nothing but r into your g, r into your g, next divided by r omega square. So you can, here one step is skipped. If we are just inverting this equation, so it becomes what? H by r is equal to g by omega square r. Okay, if this is going in this place, so multiplying the equation becomes h is equal to r into g divided by r into omega square. So r and getting cancelled, so h is equal to what? G by omega square. Okay, next, you know what is omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. So in place of omega, if we are writing this 2 pi n divided by 60, and in place of g we are writing 9.81, so the term 9.81 we are extracting, and 60 is again here multiplied by 2 pi, and if we are putting the value of 9.81, 60 and 2 into pi value, so we are getting what? 985 by n square. So height of the governor for what governor? H is equal to what? 895 by n square. This is your final equation. Or we can write down n is equal to what? Root over of 895 divided by h. Next is your Porter governor. Okay, so what is a Porter governor? Porter governor is a dead weight type of governor. Porter governor is your dead weight type of governor. So we are seeing this as your Porter governor. Okay, so here we have a central load. This is known as your central load, and this is your same sleeve, link, arm and spindle. Okay, so we have here, this is a dead weight type of governor, so this is your dead weight. Okay, next, what are the terms we will see? Capital M. What is capital M? Capital M is the mass of your central load. Next, so capital W is what? Capital M into G, mg. Next, W, small w is what? Weight of the each ball. So weight of the each ball, this is the weight of the each ball, that is nothing but your m into g. So a small m is your what? Mass of each ball. Next, h is the height of the governor. H is the height of the governor. So this is the height of the governor. You can see here also, from one ball center distance to the point O. Okay, next, r is the radius of rotation. So r is the radius of rotation. So from this to this point is your r. So this is your r. Okay, next, Fc is your centrifugal force. Fc is our centrifugal force. This is our centrifugal force. So this is nothing but m omega square r. Next, omega is what? Omega is your angular speed, that is nothing but 2 pi n by 60. Next, n is what? N is the speed of the ball in rpm. Next, here we have two things. We have tension in this T1 and T2. Because of this we have tension in both sides. So this one is T1 and this one is T2. Okay, next, here we have both alpha and beta, two angles. So this is alpha and this is your beta. So alpha is your what? Angle of inclination of the upper arm with the vertical. So upper arm with the vertical is your alpha, and beta is what? Beta is the angle of inclination of lower link with the vertical. So this is the lower link with the vertical. So this is the distance which is left. So here the distance with the vertical is, this is your beta, because here From this distance we are taking beta. Okay, so this is your beta. Okay, next, what is FF? Force of frictional between the sleeve and the spindle. So FF is the force of friction between the sleeve and the spindle. Okay, this is the FF. No, now we can prove the derivation of Porter governor by two methods. So we are going for instantaneous center method. So we are going for instantaneous center method. So in this triangle, in this figure, this both figure, if I am drawing this one as a triangle, okay, and if I am taking this one here as, because this is alpha, if this is alpha, this is your alpha, and this is alpha, so this is your alpha. So I am taking this as a triangle, and we are concentrated in this part. So here the figure is, final figure is here. So this is your alpha, this is your beta, and this is your mg, and rest of the things. So now in instantaneous method is what? First, instantaneous center method, the lower arm AC, is obtained. So this lower arm AC is obtained. This is A and this is C. Lower arm AC is obtained. Next, as the point moves along a circular arc, so since the point is moving along a circular arc, so O as a center and AO as the radius, and C moves parallel to the axis. C is moving parallel to the axis. The governor instantaneous center lies I. So this is the instantaneous center, that is your I. So we will be concentrating at this point. So now, taking the moment of force Fc acting on the lower arm about point out, so we will be taking the moment about point I. So when we are taking the moment about point I, we have different forces. So here what were the moments? For taking of the moments, we have different forces. So this one is one force, this one is one force, this one is one force. Okay, so now here next, this one is T1 and T2 we have. This one is T1 and this one was T2. Okay, next, when we are taking the moment for this force Fc, so this is acting in which direction? This is acting horizontally. So moment will be what? If this is force is horizontal, distance will be vertical. So Fc into what? AD. So Fc into AD. Next is your what? Mg. So this force, this weight W, this is also acting vertically. So when this is acting vertically, what is the distance? Distance will be horizontal. From which point? From point where moment is taken to the force. So this distance. So this is which, what distance? ID. So mg into ID. Next is your W by 2. So this one is your W by 2. W by 2 means what? Capital W, that is the weight of the sleeve. So this is acting in which direction? Vertical direction. So vertical direction, if the force is acting, distance will be horizontal. So this one is IC, from the force to the point where moment is taken. So this is your IC, W by 2 into IC. Okay, next further we can write down this, what if we are dividing this AD in here, then this is mg by AD, ID by AD plus W by 2 into IC by AD. Okay, next. So this is the figure of a Porter governor, you can see. Next, further, mg, this is your FC, I am writing here, this is your FC. Next mg into tan alpha. So tan alpha, you can write down id by ad. This one is id and this by ad. So if this is alpha, this is your perpendicular and this is your base. So tan theta is equal to what? P by B, that equals to tan theta is nothing but tan alpha. Tan alpha is nothing but your, this is your P means this one id, next B is your nothing but ad. So here in place of id by ad it is written tan alpha. Next this one is w by 2. Next IC can be written as ID plus CD, because here your IC, here is your IC, this one, so it can be break up into ID plus DC. So ID plus CD. Okay, so this one is ID by AD. Next this one is CD by AD. Next here you know ID by AD is nothing but your tan alpha. Similarly in this triangle, this is beta, so here also B base is equal to this one and perpendicular this equal to this one. So tan beta is equal to what? Perpendicular P. Here P is what? CD. Next base is what? AD. So we can write down this one as what? Tan alpha plus tan beta. So this is, it is written, explained also. Okay. Next here in place of W it is writing mg by 2. Next we are taking, if we are taking tan alpha common, so what is that? If we are taking out the tan alpha common, so that is 1 plus tan alpha. So here if it is writing tan alpha, I am taking the LCM, so it will be tan alpha plus. Next here it has taken tan beta by tan alpha as what? K. So in place of tan alpha and tan beta it is written K. Okay, so here we have a common term tan alpha and tan alpha, so I am taking the tan alpha common and we are writing this one as, extracting this one as mg plus mg by 2 1 plus K. Okay, next tan alpha is nothing but what? Here in this triangle tan alpha is nothing but what? R. This is perpendicular by base, so here tan alpha is what? R by H. So here tan alpha is R by H and FC you know m omega square R. So in place of FC it is written m omega square R, and in place of tan alpha it is written R by H. Okay, next if m and R are multiplied here, okay, now here R and R get cancelled. Next here if I am dividing this in here in this equation, this side equation, so we are getting what? Omega mrg square plus mg by 2 divided by this. Okay, when tan alpha is equal to tan beta, when tan alpha is equal to tan beta, that means K is equal to 1. Okay, when K is equal to 1, so here the K, if K is equal to 1, so this one is what? 1. So this in terms of this one it becomes 1 plus 1, that equals to 2, and 2 and 2 get cancelled. So what is that? Final equation is nothing but 2 is getting cancelled. So mg plus capital Mg divided by small m by h. So g is if g I am taking common, so small m plus capital M into g divided by m into h. So you know that 2 omega is 2 pi n by 60. So here omega rho square, that is 2 pi n by 60 square, is equal to m plus capital M divided this. So if I am taking this term in this here and if I am dividing it here, so what I am getting? H is equal to m plus g divided by this part. So 60 into 60 is nothing but 3600. Next 2 is nothing but 2 and 4. 2 square is nothing but 4. Pi square, m is multiplied, n is n. So if we are taking this term and this term, so we have only m plus n by this, okay, capital L plus small m divided by small m, and this we are just calculating. So if this we are calculating, we are getting what? H is equal to m plus capital M divided by small m into this much. So this is the equation, final equation. So by instantaneous method, your Porter governor H is equal to what? H is equal to small m plus capital M divided by m when k is equal to 1. Okay.